Hey everyone and welcome. Now I was sent this video from a subscriber. To that subscriber, thank you again, by the way. And it should chill you all to your bones. Now this is irrelevant of where you are politically.
And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
Now this man is Aman Jabi, and he's a 25-year veteran of working in Silicon Valley, as he's exposing the grand plan for digital ID. Now before we get into his words, let's look at the guy himself, shall we? Aman Jabi is an Indian engineer who worked in Silicon Valley, as I said, for 25 years. He's a co-inventor of 2 cell phone camera apps, and he emigrated to the United States in 1988. He claims because of America's culture of liberty. I think it's more than likely going to be money though, don't you? Now let's watch the warning, shall we?
Facial recognition will be used to unlock your digital identity, which is going to be a tool of control for the agendas that are coming down the pipeline.
Elements of that control are already with us.
Alexa, good morning. Good morning.
You are never alone in your home, and this is why. All your devices at home and all smart appliances, they are all connected on a wireless network. Many of these devices will have cameras, many will have microphones, and so they are monitoring everything all the time. Your smart appliances are communicating with the smart meter and sending it real-time usage data. If there's a Ring camera also in your home, a mesh network is formed, and all your devices are being tracked within the home, its location, its usage, and all the data is going to Amazon servers. When you leave your home, all modern vehicles are connected to the internet, so your automobile is being tracked all the time. When you're going under a string of smart LED poles and smart LED lights on the highway and in the streets of your towns and cities, those form a wireless network and are tracking your vehicle. They're tracking all the devices on you, from smartphones to smartwatches when you're walking on the streets. So data is being collected 24/7 continuously on every human being whenever you are within these wireless networks.
And it's obviously not good for health also because of all the electromagnetic radiation.
In the long term, the plan is to pretty much lock up humanity in smart cities, which is kind of a superset of a 15-minute city.
They've sold all the state and local governments and countries that smart cities are about sustainability and the good of the city. But in reality, the language from the UN and WEF and their white papers is all inverted. So, air monitoring is really about limiting mobility and no car ownership. Right? Surveillance, control via LED grid is why the smart lighting is there. Water management is about water rationing, noise pollution is about speech surveillance, traffic monitoring is about limiting mobility, and then, of course, energy conservation is all about rationing heat, electricity, and gasoline. Another concept one should be familiar with is called geofencing, and think of it as an invisible fence around you, where you cannot go beyond a certain point. And that will be related to your face recognition, digital identity, and access control. Your smart contracts, SoftBrick can turn off your digital currency beyond a certain point from your house. Our world has been turned into a digital panopticon.
That means you can be monitored, analyzed, managed, and monetized.
Now that's scary, isn't it? And if anyone still thinks it won't be used like this, or if you're in the camp of, if you're not a criminal wrong thinker, you've got nothing to worry about, how long until you're on the receiving end? Now I don't want any politician with this power, ever. As you shouldn't either. Or bureaucrats, or anyone else, for that matter. Now don't believe just that, everyone. We all know where Starmer, the granny harmer, and his loyalties lie. If you don't, here it is.
Let us just ask you quickly, you have to choose now between Davos or Westminster.
Davos.
Why?
Because Westminster is too constrained, and it's closed, and we're not having meaning. Once you get out of Westminster, whether it's Davos or anywhere else, you actually engage with people that you can see working with in the future. Westminster is just a tribal shouting place.
So he prefers Davos. Now that's obviously because Parliament is too constrained, as he said. In other words, he doesn't like it because it runs our laws, regulations and culture. Davos supersedes all of that, in his mind. So what is Davos saying? Well, first you have this cretin explaining digital currency. You know, the thing that they're denying it will be linked to. They're already trying to in Europe. Have a listen.
The digital euro is on the move. Yesterday, the Governing Council of the ECB approved the opening of the preparation phase. It will be a journey, and we will walk the journey together with the legislator. All European institutions will be involved to make sure that Europe is equipped with the currency of the future. Cash is here to stay. You will have all options, cash and digital cash. So what does it mean for you? For consumers, it would be free and easy to use everywhere in the euro area. All of that, of course, is subject to the legislative process. Cash or digital, the choice will be yours.
Do you believe a word of it will be a personal choice? Do you? She actually mentioned at the end there, obviously, depending on legislature. So in other words, depending on if we allow it or not. And then you've got the supreme leader himself, the man that's infiltrated all Western nation cabinets, his words, and that they have to prepare for an angry world. Klaus Schwab.
You have this anti-system movement. What we are seeing is a revolution against the system. So fixing the present system is not enough. Now there is, of course, an anti-system which is called libertarianism, which means to tear down everything which creates some kind of influence of government into private lives.
Out in the open he is, and it's not a slippery slope, folks. Digital ID. It's not a slippery slope. It's a all by design rocket sled. And our leader, if you want to call him that, wants to send us all into slavery, while telling you all it's for your own good. You'll own nothing, but you'll be happy. Fight this with every fibre of your being, everyone. Refuse to back down. Let me know what you think. It is quite chilling, isn't it? Remember what they did over COVID? Do you think they won't do that again if they've got the ability to lock you completely down? Of course they will. Stay sane. I'll see you on the next one.